Hello, hello, hello. What is up? What is up? This is alertwolf here. I'm gonna bring you another review. This is a movie review, and this time I'm doing it on Gangster Squad. Alright, let me jump right into this. Gangster Squad is, is a good movie. It's gonna just get you right into who's who and what and what's what. Basically, the story starts off with Sean Penn as Mickey Cohen. Now, something about Sean Penn. I'm not the biggest Sean Penn fan. And then the reason for that is the dude sometimes is a good actor. Sometimes, once in a blue moon, he's like, oh yeah, I can act. And this is one of those blue moons. You could tell by the trailer. You're like, oh wow. Yeah, he's acting in this one. And he plays Mickey Cohen, who is a gangster who controls LA, and a Jewish gangster who controls LA. So, and the movie starts off as we get introduced to his brutality, which is he has a dude tied bumper to bumper on each end, some chains, and this guy's the representative of Chicago, the Chicago mob family, and he has him ripped end to end, and you get to see him broken in half, and it's gory, it's bloody, and what you get to see in this movie, that when there needs to be gore, there is gore. And I noticed this is a trend in a lot of movies now, but in this movie it wasn't overdone, and it was pretty good when it was there, I guess, to add to the realism. Now, the next character we get introduced to is Josh Brolin's character, Sergeant John O'Mara. Now, O'Mara, we also get introduced to what type of man he is and his brutality. And what happens is in the next scene, you get this girl, bright-eyed girl, very naive. She comes into town. They're staking out the bus station. This dude lies to her, convinces her to go back with him, saying there's some sort of casting call. In reality, she's about to be gang raped by 3 dudes in an apartment building. Now, the building itself is controlled by Cohen. This is one of his prostitution places, is a brothel. And his partner wouldn't even go in with him. So Brolin goes in unarmed, tricks them into letting him in because he didn't say he was a cop. And then when they figured it out in the elevator, because he's with 2 armed escorts, he fights them in the elevator, gets one guy to shoot the other guy, and the guy that's left, because it's an accordion grate style door or gate for this elevator, he puts the guy's arm through it, and it like lops off his hand. More gore, and then he goes into the room, beats the crap out of the 3 guys, and takes them in to be arrested. Now, they're immediately let out because, like I said, Cohen is a powerful gangster. So he has bought most of the county, most of the town, a judge or 2. Those guys get let off. Now, and then, we get introduced to Ryan Gosling's character, Sergeant Jerry Wooters. I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name. Whatever. And he's another World War II vet who's kind of lost faith in the legal system. He's a cop. He's kind of lost faith. He drinks more. He's very late. He's the sleeping lion of the movie. And in the beginning of the movie, like I said, he's asleep. So, he hit his best friend is Jack Dragna or Dagna, something like that. And that's played by John Polito, whatever. And basically, that's his best friend, and he keeps him out of jail and keeps him out of trouble. And he's a club owner who's a low-end I wouldn't say low-end mobster, but he's connected, you know? But he's a club owner. And we see that Mickey Cohen loves to eat there. This is also where we get introduced to Emma Stone. And Emma Stone is Cohen's latest girlfriend, who Gosling ends up seducing and falling in love with. And, you know, they have their own thing. But she can't break up with, obviously, the villain of the movie because he'd fucking kill her. So there's that going on. Now, two things happen as a result. Not to give it away, but we get to see more of how just crazy and that Penn's character is a megalomaniac. Because that whole scene, and I'll give it away because you've seen it in the commercials about, I swear to God, you know, this will never happen again. And he's like, well, I am God, so swear to me. You know, that line. And then he burns these motherfuckers alive, just to give that away. He kills them and burns them alive. That shows he's a sadistic sociopath, and he's megalomaniacally insane. This megalomaniac. This is this guy. And what happens is, Nick Nolte, who's Chief Parker, is one of the only guys in the town high up who has not been bought by Cohen, because he can't. He's an old school justice dude, and he sees the exploits of Josh Brolin's character, and he commissions him to put together an elite squad to go after this, because he feels like if they don't stop him, you know, the city's only going to get worse, and they're going to lose the soul of the city, and that whole mess. And there's a nice speech there. So basically, this is where we get the Gangster Squad from. Brolin has to explain this to his pregnant wife, who's pissed at him for it, but ends up ultimately picking out the team because she wants her husband to survive. Now, obviously, the team consists of all cops, and the first choice is Gosling's character, but he declines because, again, sleeping lion and whatnot. But the next guy up is we get Anthony Mackie, who plays Detective Coleman Harris. Now, this dude is awesome. He's such a cool character. Basically, he's in the Black Ghetto area of LA. He's the only honest cop. People call him the sheriff down there, and he keeps the law. And he is nasty with a knife. He throws knives. He's just nasty. His opening scene is, you know, this dealer or whatever he is, gangster in a club, did something stupid, and he threw a knife at him to stop him. I mean, and got him in the hand. He's that good with a knife. Awesome. And next we get Detective, played by Robert Patrick from Terminator 2, Detective Max Kennard, and we get his partner, played by Michael Penn, who is the Mexican cop for this here picture, Navidad Ramirez, Christmas Ramirez. All right, so what happens is, Patrick's character Max, he's an old school cowboy, nasty with the Colt 45. He is your sharpshooter. And his partner tags along, who is Christmas Navidad Ramirez, Christmas Ramirez. And the reason for this is Navidad, you know, this is his partner, and he's not going to let his partner get into some shit without him. So he joins. And the last guy we get in this team, played by Giovanni, I forget his, Rebius, I'm bad with names, but he plays Detective Keeler. Now, this dude is Army intelligence, and he's great at the wireman, so he's the guy who does all the bugging, and the wiretaps. All right, and this is your Gangster Squad. And what I like about this movie was a lot of fun. There's a lot of joking and humor involved, and it was a very good blend. The fact that they didn't start off badass was great. You know, they made a few mistakes, and real fast, I'll just get into why Gosling's character ends up getting awakened. Because of one of their mishap adventures, or not because of it, but during one of the mishap adventures, the team gets captured. Two of the members of the team get captured after the first mission. Now Gosling's character is just walking the streets, and there's a shoe shine boy who he's friends with, shining his shoes. His friend warns him about that it's dangerous out, and he's like, really? And that's when Gosling realizes a shooting's about to happen. So he warns his buddy, the kid, the shoe shine boy, to go home because it's late and to get out of here. But it's too late. The shooting starts and his friend dies. All right, and that's a spoiler alert. And believe me, this is the last spoiler because I'm only giving away the beginning of the film, and then that's it. And this awakens the sleeping lion, you know. And then he goes off and he ends up joining the team too. So then here you are, your badass mofos. And that's basically the movie. Now they start hitting targets, and I'm not going to tell you how the movie ends, but you get it. Eventually, you know, it's them versus Cohen, and they go head to head. A lot of drama, a lot of action along the way. And again, I thought this movie had a good blend of the comedy, and this movie is great. The fact that it took them a while and they had to practice, and it took them a while before they were good at what they were doing. I like that too. And it took Cohen most of the movie to find out who these guys were. That was good too. And so you know, obviously there was a showdown in the movie, but you know, now what would I rate this movie? Honestly, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. This movie really hit all the buttons. There was romance in it. There was family drama. There was, you know, for these types of movies, man, this was great. There was a good amount of gore, a good amount of action. It's one of these movies where it wasn't the most intellectually engaging movie, but it wasn't mind-numbing either, you know? And it's definitely an enjoyable film. Great ensemble cast. Everybody in this movie was great. There wasn't a bad role amongst them. Everybody acted well in it. Emma Stone looked amazing in period costume, I must say. And very enjoyable. So, yeah, so again, 5 out of 5. Well worth the price of the admission of the movie. And I say go see it. So that's enough for me. So click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and subscribe if you can. Now, before I go, just to let you know, there's a bunch of other reviews out that are going to come out, you know, back to back to back. So don't worry, I got more in store for you. All right, this is alertwolf signing out.